అందరికి నమస్కారం. జై భీమ్. ఇవాళ భారతదేశ రాజ్యాంగ నిర్మాత గౌరవనీయులు పూజ్యులు దార్శనికులైనటువంటి డాక్టర్ బిఆర్ అంబేద్కర్ గారి జయంతి సందర్భంగా మీ అందరికీ కూడా శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేసుకుంటా ఉన్నా. మిత్రులారా, ఇవాళ మన భారతదేశంలో ఎన్నికలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. మన భారతదేశంలో ఒక మహిళ రాష్ట్రపతి అయ్యింది. మన భారతదేశంలో ఒక ఆదివాసి మహిళ రాష్ట్రపతి అయ్యింది. ఒక దళితుడు ముఖ్యమంత్రి అవుతున్నాడు. దళితులు వాళ్ళ పొలిటికల్ పవర్ హోల్డ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ది లోవర్ కాస్ట్ పీపుల్, ది oppressed classes in our Indian society is given power today to educate themselves, to organize together, to speak about their rights, and to fight against oppression. Today, we are having liberty, we are having freedom of expression, and we are having various kinds of rights in the present India. It's because of Indian Constitution. And today, it is the birthday of the father of the Indian Constitution, who written about the soul of India in the Indian Constitution. ఆ మహామనిషి, ఆ మహోత్తముడు, ఆ మహనీయులు, ఆ దార్శనికులైనటువంటి డాక్టర్ బిఆర్ అంబేద్కర్ గారి జయంతి ఇవాళ. మరి మిత్రులారా, ఇవాళ నేను మీ ముందుకు అతని గురించి కొన్ని విషయాలు పంచుకుందామని మీ ముందుకు వచ్చాను. మిత్రులారా, మరి అంబేద్కర్ గారి జీవితంలోకి మనం వెళ్తే గనక, అతను మహారాష్ట్ర రాష్ట్రంలో ఒక దళిత కుటుంబంలో జన్మించి తను పాఠశాలకు వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు అక్కడ అతను అనుభవించినటువంటి డిస్క్రిమినేషన్ బహుశా మనం ఎవరం కూడా అనుభవించి లేకుంటాం మనంతా కూడా. ఎందుకనంటే తన స్కూల్లో నీళ్లు తాగడానికి సపరేట్ కుండ పెట్టడము, అతన్ని మిత్రులారా, మరి వాళ్ళ మన అంతా కూడా వారు పడ్డటువంటి కష్టము, వారు అనుభవించినటువంటి కాస్ట్ డిస్క్రిమినేషను, ఆ కాస్ట్ డిస్క్రిమినేషను అతనికి ఎలా మోటివేట్ చేసింది చదవడానికి కానీ, ఖండాలు దాటి అక్కడ భారతదేశం యొక్క పేరు నిలబెట్టడానికి కానీ, కష్టపడి చదవడానికి కానీ, ఈ కాస్ట్ డిస్క్రిమినేషన్ను వారు ఏ విధంగా దాన్ని పూర్తిగా తొలగించాలి అనేటటువంటి ఒక మోటివేషన్తోన వారు ఏ విధంగా కష్టపడ్డారు. మరి ఆ దళిత కుటుంబంలో జన్మించినటువంటి అంబేద్కర్ గారు అప్పటి సమాజంలో ఉన్నటువంటి కుల వివక్షను ఏ విధంగా తొలగించాలి, వారు చేసిన ఆ వివక్ష గురించి, ఆ కులం గురించి వారు చేసినటువంటి అధ్యయనం గురించి మనం ఇవాళ మాట్లాడుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. ఎందుకంటే మిత్రులారా, he is not just the father of our constitution. You know, he is the father of rebellion, we can say. He is the father of reason, and he is the father of a revolution. Because today in India, each and every class is getting their right, and today tribals, Dalits, other backward classes, all these classes are getting a right to educate themselves, to start their own startups, to get jobs in Indian government. And today, the oppressed class people, so he witnessed the caste discrimination at the school level itself, my dear friends. So, Ambedkar was not born. He was forged in fire of poverty, of pain, and purpose. We can say that without any hesitation. My dear, the story of Ambedkar is not just about the past. This is our reality. Caste is not dead. It has changed its clothes. And it has transformed into various forms in the present society, where technology is also creating some sort of, it is also helping to transform caste from one form to another form. We can see in the present society, we can see that the how digital divide is denying opportunity to some lower caste people who are not having any kind of technological equipments with them, and they are not been updated with the recent technological developments. And that kind of privilege is only for few people in Indian society today. So, the life we are living, మనం జీవించేటటువంటి జీవితం ఏదైతే ఉందో, ఆ జీవితం మనము ఎలా జీవిస్తున్నాము, మనం జీవించే జీవితం ఏదైతే ఉందో, ఆ జీవితం యొక్క పరమార్థం ఏమిటి, ఆ జీవితం యొక్క పరిభాష ఏమిటి తెలుసుకోవాలి అని అంటే, మనము అంబేద్కర్ గారి గురించి తెలుసుకోవడం చాలా అవసరం. మనం అంబేద్కర్ గారి గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నప్పుడు అందరూ సామాన్యంగా ఏమనుకుంటా ఉంటారంటే, అంబేద్కరు దళితులకు సంబంధించినటువంటి వ్యక్తి, he belongs to lower caste people. That kind of interpretations we can see in the present scenario. But remember, my dear, atanu only lower caste వాళ్ళ గురించే మాట్లాడలేదు. అతను he talked about dignity, he talked about liberty, he talked about fraternity in Indian society. He talked about gender discrimination. He talked about patriarchy, which was prevailing in Indian society, and until today it is prevailing. మరి మిత్రులారా, మన చరిత్రను తెలుసుకోవాలనంటే, మన గురించి మనం తెలుసుకోవాలనంటే, అంబేద్కర్ గారి గురించి తెలుసుకోవడం చాలా అవసరం మిత్రులారా. మరి అతని జీవితంలోకి మనం వెళ్తే గనక, వారు 1891లో జన్మించారు in the village Mo, which was in Madhya Pradesh and today present Maharashtra, and he belongs to Mahar caste, which is untouchable caste, and he was rejected voter, he was rejected seating, and he was not given any kind of dignity from childhood because he belongs to untouchable caste. So if we move more into his education, from a Dalit, from an untouchable, to Elphinstone College, to Columbia University with a scholarship, and London School of Economics, and he studied under John Dewey and absorbed liberal thought, sociology, economics, and constitutionalism. He majorly speaks about caste discrimination. He majorly speaks about the structure of the state, government, and democracy. And when we speak about Ambedkar, he was talking about annihilation of caste in this beautiful book. He returns, he explains about the, we can say, a kind of anatomy of caste, we can say. He explained from its roots, and he given very beautiful solutions how to annihilate the caste. He tells reforming caste is not a solution, but he tells that annihilation of caste, annihilating the caste is the solution. And today I am in front of you, my dear friends, because it is our sole responsibility to take forward his legacy. And I feel very privileged to talk about him. And everyone, every citizen of India should be taught and should be aware enough about his history, in which Ambedkar is a major part. And you know, he tells that caste is India's original virus. He tells that it is invisible, it is inherited, and it is infectious. And if we move into his journey further, he was the law minister in Nehru's cabinet, and he was the drafting committee chairman of our Indian Constitution, who guaranteed us liberty, fraternity, and equality. He fought for reservations. He talked about abolition of untouchability. He talked about labor rights and women's rights. And he resigned from Nehru's cabinet due to inaction on Hindu Code Bill. And my dear, we can say that he didn't write just a constitution. He written India's soul. He printed in the Indian Constitution the soul of this India. And Ambedkar didn't beg for reforms. He designed a nation. I repeat, he designed a nation from the bottom up. And if you see the present society, how caste is being, we can see at several occasions and several situations. Structurally, caste discrimination we can see. Structural violence is being done. For example, we can see Rohit Vemula's case. He was discriminated due to he was a Dalit. And at last, he killed himself because he was not able to, that kind of discrimination, he was not able to bear that. He was not expecting that kind of discrimination because of his caste. He just born in a Dalit family. He just born in a lower caste family. And he was being denied to stay in his hostel. And at several places in India, we see that. And who have to speak upon this? Did Ambedkar dreamed about this? Did our constitution writers dreamed about this? Today, it is the responsibility of each and every Indian citizen to think about this. My dear, today we can see digital untouchability. During Corona time, the people who are technologically who are privileged, they took advantage of technology. But in Indian society, in India, so many people lack digital education. And today, so many tribal villages, so many villages in India are not being connected to internet. And what about those people? Nobody speaks about them. When those children, when the tribal children who are not aware about the present technological advancement and present globalization which is being happening, where AI is being replacing human being, that we are witnessing nowadays. And the children in tribal villages and very far villages who are living in forest, they don't know how society outside is developing. And as Indian citizens, what are we doing? What is our responsibility? It is very important to discuss at public places about such kind of inequality which is being done at each and every corner of India. At every place we can see caste discrimination. Caste is evolving. Caste is changing its form. And we sometimes try to speak reforms about that. But that is not the solution. It is a virus. And we cannot remove that with reform. We have to annihilate that. And that solution is being given in this book. And nowadays also, we are seeing that in the prominent institutions in India, like technological institutions, management institutions, medical institutions, law institutes, there is a reservation policy where SC/ST students, OBC students are given seats. And nowadays there are some reports in which the SC/ST students are not being recruited by the corporate companies. And they do follow this policy, diversity, inclusion, and all these things. But it's not visible in their policy. It's just a policy. And it's not been followed by corporate companies. And it's the sole responsibility of the state, of the Indian state, to take care about those children who are not being recruited. They were denied. They were asked their resume again and again. And they are told that you are not having merit. Did we aim about this? Did our constitution makers, did our architectures of our constitution, did they aim about this? It is time to think, my dear. Today, Ambedkar Jayanti, we are all celebrating. Going to Ambedkar statue and అతనికి ఒక పూలమాల వేసి మనం ట్రిబ్యూట్ చెప్పడం సంతోషం, దాన్ని పండుగలాగా జరుపుకోవడం చాలా సంతోషం. కానీ అతని ఫిలాసఫీ, అతను చెప్పినటువంటి విషయం, అతను డ్రీమ్ చేసినటువంటి ఇండియన్ సొసైటీని మనం ఎంతవరకు సాధిస్తా ఉన్నాము, మన ఇండియన్ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ని మనం ఎంతవరకు అమలు చేస్తా ఉన్నాము, అది ఎంతవరకు సఫలీకృతం అవుతా ఉంది, అది ఎంతవరకు మన దళిత బహుజన వర్గాలకు అది చెందుతా ఉంది, ఎంతమందికి అది అడ్వాంటేజ్గా అవుతుంది, ఎంతమందికి అది ఉపయోగపడుతుంది, ఎంతమంది దాన్ని ఉపయోగించుకుంటున్నారు, యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుంటా ఉన్నారు. యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకున్నప్పటికీ ఇన్ ది ప్రజెంట్ క్యాపిటలిస్ట్ సొసైటీ, caste has changed its form, and in corporate companies, in multinational corporations, we can see that, where our children are being denied opportunity because they are not having merit. It's time to think. And my dear friends, you all remember one thing. Once again, I am saying, Ambedkarism is not just about Dalits. It is about dignity for all. It is about dignity for all. And today, my dear, we have to cultivate liberty in the roots of our Indian society. And we have to educate the oppressed. Who are being oppressed, they should be educated that they are oppressed. They are not socially conscious that they are being oppressed. They think that it is my fate. And it is the responsibility of each and every Indian citizen who is being benefited by the Indian Constitution. It is the responsibility, it is the basic duty of each and every citizen to make them conscious. And today, we are having various kinds of mechanisms in which we can talk about what's happening in our present society. And it is the responsibility of the state to make people conscious about the recent developments, technological developments. And state also should take proper measures to annihilate the caste at the root level. And all the oppressed class people, all the women, all the people in the Indian society who are being not treated equally, they should agitate against inequality. They have to raise their voice and they have to fight for their rights. And that kind of education we have to give to the future generations. And this thing we have to include in our syllabus. That's what we are all aiming about. And we have to read about Ambedkar. Not just his quotes we have to read. We have to read his entire text, his analysis, the way he writes, the way he motivates the people, the way he puts his own experience regarding inequality in his text and in his books. It's too beautiful, too beautiful. You read these books, Annihilation of Caste, the way he written, the way he analyzed the caste, its origin, and how to annihilate that, his solution. It's amazing. And we have to promote the digital inclusion in the present society because caste has changed its form. It's a kind of warning to the Indian society. Remember, caste has changed its form and we have to promote digital inclusion and we have to promote economic justice and we have to promote education for all. And my dear, you cannot be neutral in a system that was built to exclude. You cannot be neutral in a system. And that was built to exclude. We are in a system, the present system is evolving in such a way where it is built to exclude some communities. You analyze various kinds of policies in the present scenario. And see, at some situations, you're either fighting for caste, you're either fighting caste, or you're upholding it. What I would like to tell is that you cannot be neutral in a system that was built to exclude, and you are either fighting caste or you are upholding it. And the battle which Ambedkar was fought was not his. It was not his battle or my battle. It is the battle of yours. It's not about past versus future. It's about justice versus silence. If you are silent, then you will be oppressed. You have to raise your voice. You have to educate. You have to agitate. And you have to organize for your rights, for justice, and for liberty, for your own rights. And my dear, he says, life should be not long. What we will do? It should be great. Life should be great rather than long. And today I came here not to pay tribute. This is not a tribute. This is a kind of manifesto where we all have to follow. And my dear, caste is not just a village problem. It is a corporate strategy now. You all have to analyze once. Because we are all witnessing that nowadays. And you don't kill caste by ignoring it. If you ignore, don't think that you're killing caste. You kill it by confronting it. We have to confront it. And Ambedkar is just not a chapter. Remember, he is a whole syllabus of our life. He is the whole syllabus of our life. Study him. You will be getting to know your own history. When you study Ambedkar, you are not only studying about himself, you will be coming across various philosophers. He is a great library. The way he did hard work, the way he was committed to the change in the society, the way he fought to annihilate the caste is amazing. And so many foreign philosophers, we can see his legacy not only in India. There are institutes in foreign countries where they are particularly studying about Ambedkar and his writings. His analysis about society, his analysis about caste is fabulous. And until today, people are doing research on his writings. The way he analyzed the content, the way he analyzed the subject is fabulous. So it gives us, the Ambedkar's life gives us the history of Indian society, how people were being oppressed. And until today, it has changed its form. And it's the responsibility of the present scholars, present students of social science to understand him and to give solutions to the present problems, how it is transforming from one form to another form. And my dear, Once again, I wish each one of you a great success, and may Ambedkar ideas and his legacy be with you. And with his motivation, with his life, with his struggle, with his commitment towards change, let that motivate all of us. And with these words, I conclude, my dear. మరొకసారి మీ అందరికీ కూడా అంబేద్కర్ జయంతి శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేసుకుంటూ ముగిస్తాను మిత్రులారా. ధన్యవాదాలు. నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో కలుద్దాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావెంట్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్డ్ అప్ టు నౌ, I request you to subscribe my channel and support me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Namaskaram.